Hello, it's Team Wang, and we've just finished qualifying for the Wang 1000 here at Bathurst, Mount Panorama. We're at we got position 1 on the grid, as you can see. To get into to qualify, you had to have a 30-year-old Mazda 626. There wasn't a lot of entrants with Queensland plates, preferably, but yeah, look, any registration will do. But we've decided we're going to do a couple of hot laps now that the car's cooled down, because it was smoking before. But that was just to qualify, so we'd pass qualifying, wasn't it? And yes, she's past her prime. She's past her prime. Yeah, there's some track marshals heading out now. They're getting their flags ready in case there's any disqualifications. No tow truck, so everyone's pretty confident the Wang's going to make it. I'm not so confident. Anyway, join us now as we head off for a hot lap of the Wang 1000 in the Wang.
Round Bathurst, Mount Panorama.
Mount Panorama. We made it. We made it. Woo!
Going off. Woo!
quite steep. I've got my foot nearly to the floor, and the car is just not pulling away like I honestly thought this bit was reasonably flat. She's up and down the gears trying to get up the hill. I've got no visibility over this little rise here. Now I can see ahead. So I can see Griffin Bend straight ahead of me now. I'm guessing the guys at this stage, at some point around about now, they'd be slowing down to take this bend, and the speeds that they would be doing will be absolutely frightening. And you really, up to your right, you really can't see anything. You probably see the roofs of the cars. I'm going to swing around. Oh, there we go. I'm going to be really gentle to the Wang here. As I mentioned earlier, this is where she blew a gasket, and I think the transmission, something was steaming up fierce. Just here. It was on lap 2. I was pushing it a little bit hard. I was trying to get round it at about 60 k's.
Yep.
I've got it down to 50 now, and I think it's enjoying this speed a little bit more. Even at 50, I've got to slow down because I cannot see around this corner. I know the guys that are racing don't know that anything's coming the other way, but oh, there goes a cat. Not black, thankfully. But they don't know if there's been an accident. Just the nerve and mettle of these guys, until you've driven this track, they'd have no idea if there's an accident right around the corner and they're going to hit them. Oh, and now the old Wang. Hello there, it's Liam from Team Wang. I've got my trusty partner behind the camera, and we're at the cutting, the S's. And just before the dipper, and I've taken advantage of being able to pull over because it's one of the few areas on the track that you can, McPhillamy Park is another one, but the view from here is absolutely outstanding. I've got a 180-degree panoramic view, obviously why it's called Mount Panorama. It is stunning. Now we've done about 4 laps in the trusty Wang, and on the second lap we started to burn the transmission, unfortunately. Quite a bit of steam was started to come out of the car. I wasn't pushing it very hard. It's got a 60km/h speed limit, but it didn't want to. I was amazed, and I think the Wang was very amazed too, just how steep it is. These things roar around here, and you know, when you see it on TV, and this is the first time I've ever been to the track, and I think we're so very fortunate in Australia that a track like this is a public road that you can drive around, and there's been quite a few people going around. In fact, there was a Lotus or GT Cortina in full race livery going around before, so you can take advantage of coming out here, and I can see right down there to my right, straight that way, I can see a Pitt Straight, and I can see Conrod Straight down here, and the drop off from this part of the mountain down to Conrod Straight, it is significant. It is way steeper than I thought it was going to be. As far as the width of the track, that's another thing I was surprised about. I've seen them three wide going around Mount Panorama from time to time. Not common, but I've seen it happen. And I don't know how they get 3 wide without touching each other's rearview mirrors. I mean, fair dinkum. There's places where 2 cars could pass, but never 3. But no one's obviously managed to get past the Wang, but that's understandable. She's powered by a 2.2 litre 4-cylinder engine, as only the Japanese know how to do. The view here is amazing. They talk about the train that forms as they come down through the cutting and into the through the S's and then into the dipper, and you can see why. And the other thing I really wanted to mention was just the lack of visibility when you're going around the corners, and I mean total lack of visibility. Even where I'm standing, just around here, if you're doing over 100, 60, you're thinking, and in this thing, I'm riding the brakes as I'm going down here. I've got them nearly to the floor. Going down here, turning to my right, I cannot see a darn thing. And nearly every corner is like that. So these guys, when they're racing, must be looking at those flag marshals, and it's the only way they would know that something bad's happened. But if you were sort of approaching a corner a little bit too quick and an accident happened just in front of you, hey boys, the Bogues are going past, and they're the P-platers and their SS Commodore. So if you were going really fast and you didn't have the flag marshals waving the red or the yellow flag, my goodness me, you'd be in all sorts of trouble. At sorts of speeds they do. Every corner when I went around here, and I'm trying to imagine going at 100 200 kilometres an hour. I just, it is staggering. Now, I know a lot of you that's watching this are thinking, what a dickhead. You know, we've all been around Bathurst track. I haven't. This is my first time. And as we drove into Bathurst from Sydney this morning, just looking up at the mountain and seeing the Mount Panorama on the side, you know, something come up in my throat. Fortunately, it was my breakfast. But but then the feeling of sentiment, because I think I've watched just about every Bathurst. I mean, it's a rite of passage for every young Australian male. My lovely wife, she just loves Bathurst days. she gets to bring me beer and wait till the race ends to get any sort of meaningful conversation out of me. Would I recommend coming to Mount Panorama? Absolutely. Gee, the view itself is worth coming for, but the track. It's the most revered track in Australia and just about the world. My favourite on the Xbox One. If you're playing Forza 7, I get behind the wheel on my controller of a V8, and it seems a lot easier than driving the Wang around. My goodness me, if this thing is smoking on lap 2. You can just, what the mechanicals and everything, the wear and tear on their cars to get around this at the speeds that they do. Anyway, thank you for watching. I know this is probably pretty boring because most of you have probably done this, but for me, it's been a pretty special day, and I'm really glad I took the effort to come out to Mount Panorama. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hello again, it's Liam and Joe from the Liam and Joe Travel Show.
Yes. Hello.
God, we sound like dickheads, which we are. So
Yeah.
sort of fits.
Yeah.
So we decided to stay the night here at the Ridges at Mount Panorama. We've got a ground floor, so we can be right near the track, and we're looking straight out onto Conrod Strait.
Conrod Strait.
Yep. It's just
Conrod
obviously
Strait.
the hotel's just past the chicane, and we're looking down there at the pit straight. And we've got the Mount Panorama side to our left. It is absolutely fantastic. In fact, before I have too many more frothies, why don't I go for a walk and show you just how easy. I'm amazed at how much access they give the public to the track, and it's fantastic. And when you think, here we are in Australia, they haven't, some dickheads haven't spoiled it for the rest of us, so we're still able to get out here and enjoy it. I think it's bloody wonderful. So yeah, I'm just walking up to the track. It's fantastic. Hello, Joey. There's a few do not disturb signs on the doors, so I know we're not the only ones here tonight, but there's no races on or anything like that. So here's the tail end of Conrod Strait, the sacred turf. It's sacred to me as the MCG, really. It's car pass, so it's obviously open to the public. We've been around a few times. You can cross over, have a look around. In fact, I've seen plenty of people do it walking the whole circuit, which I may attempt tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. There's a museum just behind the hotel here, so I want to do that in the morning too. And obviously I've got the high-tech oils bridge thing. I'm not quite sure what you call this thing. All racetracks seem to have it. And yes, steps, but you can't actually, some steps to get up to this point, which will give you a good vantage point, I guess, but you can't walk up it. It's really just for signage, I guess, for sponsor signage. But yeah, this is where we're staying. It is absolutely fantastic day, brilliant circuit, exceeds my expectations immensely. Love the place. Anyway, that's Liam from Mount Panorama Circuit. Over and out. Hooroo.